Hello, Woobat Nation! It is playoffs time, baby! I really wasn't sure how I was going to make this video. There were so many issues in the build-up. Seriously, this thing was absolutely cursed. And to top it off, my commentary wasn't great either. So this was very tough. But I knew I had to do something to make it work. Yeah, I think the Bruxish Venonat lead is still going to be the way to go. And we'll bring the Tusk on the Ninetails. Oh, take a breath first. Settle the nerves a little bit. Know what we're doing. Know what we're doing. Let's go. Huh. Right. We've got this. See what his lead is. Those are not mid. Perfect. This is what I wanted to see. Boost the speed. That is fine. We're going to Terra Water. Flame 1. Rage Powder. And we are going to Ice Fang. Do I want to Ice Fang the mid? He's Terra Dark on the Zapdos, so if he Terras the Zapdos, Psychic Fangs ain't going to do nothing. Yeah, let's go with that. He's Terra. He's Terra in the Zapdos. I made the right play. Taunt. Yeah. We already got the Rage Powder though. So that's fine. We're going to knock off the Eviolite. That's fine. Oh, it didn't KO. He's got some bulk on that mid. Right. Now we're going to have to swap Venonat out, which is a pain. That taunt on Roaring Moon completely messed me up. But actually, you know what? I'm not going to. Yep, there's Tailwind. Oof. Ouch. I wasn't expecting Terra Dark knockoff. Whoa! I couldn't let my first playoff game go without a somewhat decent video. So stick around till after the battles for something I haven't done all season long. Post-battle analysis. Woohoo! We're in! Now, I've kind of joked and poked fun at Otter for his draft all season long. Reality is, Otter is a damn good VGC player and a damn good team builder. So no matter what I think of the team he's got, you have to respect the coach, because he will pull out something crazy that will mess you up. This week, I'm hoping to outdo him on the crazy. This is the team that's going to do it. First up, we have our very, very underutilized redirection bug, Vetnat. I should have brought this thing to far more matches this season than I did. With an EVLI, this thing is insanely bulky, and the thread I've got on this week will actually live a max special attack modest Life Orb Heatran Heatwave, which for a not fully evolved Pokemon with dog shit base stats is ridiculous. Its main job is going to be keeping our big hitters safe. I've got Sleep Powder just in case the opportunity arises to put something to sleep. I doubt I'll click it. It's mainly going to be Rage Powder, Protect. I've got the Terra Water there just in case, and with the way the team is built, Venonat can be designated from turn 1 if I needed to. Next up, we have Great Tusk, and it is a pretty standard Great Tusk set. Heavy Slam with the attack investment. We've got Will Oko, a max HP Sylveon. Close Combat, Will Oko, a max HP Roaring Moon. High Horsepower will decimate Heatran, and because I couldn't figure out a fourth move, I went with Terra Flying, Terra Blast. So if he does Terra Heatran into Bug, into Grass, we have Scarf Terra Blast to take it out. Now we're getting to the juicy parts of the team. First up is the Weird Fish. Fish is making its debut, and to be honest, it's so good in this matchup. Strong Jaw, Psychic Fangs will absolutely destroy the majority of his team. Choice Band, Strong Jaw, Ice Fang will one-shot Roaring Moon. It will one-shot Valerian Zapdos. Even if that Roaring Moon terrors into flying, Ice Fang will fuck it up. Liquidation isn't unfortunately boosted by Strong Jaw, but Choice Band, Stab, Liquidation will mess up just about anything that doesn't resist it. Psychic Fangs is going to be the move of choice because it is boosted by that Strong Jaw. But we also have a really good buddy for Bruxish besides Venonat. Howl, Flash Fire, Ninetales. With one Howl boost, Bruxish sweeps this entire game. We've got Will-O-Wisp to help us potentially deal with a Mamoswine, a Zapdos, a Roaring Moon, if any of them get out of hand. This Ninetales set does have some attack investment, but it's mostly just bulk. Be bulky, be annoying, spam Howl, get off the occasional Flare Blitz, just be really, really hard to remove. And of course, with that Flash Fire, we can go Terra Grass, and the only thing that can hit us for super effective damage really is a flying move. Mamoswine could hurt, but I'm not really expecting Mamoswine to come to this matchup. I could be wrong, but we have other things that will deal with that Mamo. We have Leftovers Calm Mind Doctrine. one of the things I noticed in prep was that he doesn't have many fairy resists. So we can get Gardevoir set up with one Calm Mind. It will absolutely destroy anything not named Heatran. Heatran hard walls Gardevoir. That is a slight problem. But that's why we have Great Tusk. That's why we have Sish. It is EV'd to live everything it needs to live on the physical side. So it will take about 75% from Terraflying Acrobatics from Roaring Moon. It'll take about 80%-ish from a Brave Bird from Scarf Zapdos. But with leftovers, we can get some of that back. We have Redirection, we have Fake Out, we can keep it safe. I initially wanted to go with Training Kiss to elongate presence on the board. Just didn't seem to do enough damage without the Calm Mind boost. The whole point of this set is if I need to just click some damage, it can. But if the opportunity arises to get up one Calm Mind, with one Calm Mind, this thing destroys. It already OHKOs Roaring Moon and Galarian Zapdos that don't have bulk investment with Dazzling Gleam. So if he leads Zapdos Roaring Moon, I can park Sableye next to her, fake one of them out, Dazzling Gleam, the head. Gardevoir's taken about 75%. So the following turn, Sableye, Quash, get rid of whatever chunk, whatever else has come in. This Gardevoir will go crazy. And we do have our little prankster demon. Now, the first time all season long, I've gone with a no attack Sableye set. We've got Sableye, speed control, fake out to do fake out things, reflect if we need it. The whole point of Sableye is to sit next to Gardevoir. So if we need to, we can fire off a reflect, reduce that physical damage that's coming into Gardevoir even more, make it last even longer on the field. The main thing with Sableye is Quash and Trick Iron Ball. Now, the tech here is Iron Ball reduces your speed by half. Sableye has all priority moves, thanks to Prankster and Fake Out. If the opportunity never arises to get off a trick, that Iron Ball is doing nothing. It makes no difference. But if we can get Trick onto Galarian Zapdos while that thing's got a Scarf, it's now super slow and not really a threat anymore. We can then, if need be, Trick that Scarf onto Gardevoir. For the following turn, Gardevoir is the fastest thing on the field, unless they've got a Tailwind, of course. But the main move for Sableye here is Quash. Single target, speed control, it makes whatever we Quash go last. We can't Quash Roaring Moon because it's a dark type. If it Terras, so if we can predict the Terra, and it's going to go Terra Flying, we can Quash Roaring Moon, hit it with a Moon Blast. Even with Terra Flying, it's still going to get chunked by that Moon Blast. This team took a lot of thought. Salamence was not great in this matchup, so I had to get creative with speed control. I was going to run Icy Wind on Gardevoir initially, but Gardevoir isn't fast enough for that, so it didn't feel great. Then I remembered Prankster Quash. This Gardevoir set, outside of Tailwind, outspeeds everything on Otter's team that isn't Pawmot, Zapdos, Roaring Moon. It sits at around 152, if I remember rightly, which is 1 point faster than max speed Rotom. But the only three things on his team that can outspeed Gardevoir outside of Tailwind are Zapdos, Roaring Moon, and Pawmot. Same goes for Bruxish. Same goes for Ninetail. Tusk is scarfed, so its base speed without the scarf, if it gets knocked off, is 1 point higher than max speed Sylveon. With the scarf, it outspeeds everything that isn't Booster Roaring Moon or Choice Scarf Zapdos. So we need speed control for their Tailwind mons. For game 1 though, I'm looking to go with Venonat, Bruxish, Tusk, Ninetales. That's my game 1. So depending on what Otter's bringing, it's going to be probably Venonat, Bruxish on the lead. So we probably Terra Water, Venonat, Rage Powder, keep Bruxish safe. Bruxish then takes out something. Turn 2, depending on board state, we bring in Ninetales, we howl, give Bruxish even bigger boost, take out something else. The other funny thing I figured out with this team is that with a howl boost, Leech Life from Venonat with 0 attack investment will do 70% to Roaring Moon if it doesn't Terra. That is a lot of HP back on this little bug. We just have to try and find the spots to get the sleep powder off. Potentially get a little bit of chip with Leech Life to get some HP back, keep Venonat around. I imagine he's got at least one Mon with safety goggles just in case, but I haven't really used Venonat all season long, so I'm hoping he's forgotten about it. I'm pretty confident in this team. I think we've got a really good chance. It's just going to come down to how well I play. What are we up against? We are up against... Oh, it is a Terra bug. That's cool. Oh, Terra Dark Zapdos. Son of a... Terra Flying Sylveon. Terra Flying Moon. Terra Water Clef. Electric Pawmot. Something I didn't account for was a Terra Electric Thundershock. Yeah, it seems fairly standard. Oh wait, why is that saying I've got... What the hell? I changed the item on that. So, to try and fix the connection issues, I reloaded my game. But my dumbass forgot to save. So, I'm playing with a completely messed up Ninetales, it would seem. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun. But I'm going to go that. I'm going to go that. Do I want to do that? Nah. I'm just going to lead the same again. Well, if he goes taunt and knock off again. I'm going to sleep powder that. swap into Tusk. Okay. Yeah, he went for the terror there. Acrobatics. Good. Those combat's not going to KO. It does next to nothing. That's a bulky roaring move. Brave Bird. Yeah, we lose Tusk. Ah! But I now know that's not Scarf. But now I've got myself backed into a bit of a corner. We live, that's good. Oh, come on! He's not scarfed there. Oh, come on, what? Oh, what? That's really not how I wanted this season to end. And I've been really pissed at myself for how badly that went. But this is only the end of the season. It is not the end of the journey. One terrible battle does not erase the achievement of making the playoffs or the progress I've made as a team builder and as a battler this season. It has been a season of highs and lows. That's for its own separate video. But now, let's just say this battle brought me crashing back down to reality with an almighty bump. The confidence I gained from beating Weens was erased with the speed of a Roaring Moon taunt. The issue with the item on Ninetales started the spiral, and just like in a few games last season, I just couldn't get myself out of it. My brain was just completely fogged up with rage and confusion. So, bringing back something I did in, I think, pretty much every battle in Season 1, let's take a look back and what a calmer, less pissed off Ronin could have done differently. I'm honestly not sure how much of a difference simply playing better would have made. That combo of Terra Dark knockoff Zapdos and bulky taunt Roaring Moon just completely shut down my entire strategy. My plan to use Bruxish needed redirection, since the freaky fish is just so damn frail it dies to a strong breeze, let alone a life orb boosted super effective knockoff. Without the screen from Sableye or Venonat's redirection, Bruxish not having Protect was just doomed to fail. After that initial disconnect, I knew his Roaring Moon had Taunt and Zapdos had Knockoff, but I'd missed that the bird had Life Orb, not Scarf or Sash. So I was still playing the reset gain 1 as if it was Scarf. For that reset, I was reading that he wouldn't lead Zapdos. My issue was that outside of Bruxish, I didn't have anything to hit flying super effectively. Initially had Terra Blast Electric on Great Tusk, but I switched it out for Terra Blast Flying to help hit Terra Bug Heatran. If I still had Ice Spinner, that would have been a massive help in this battle, and probably more help than the Terra Blast. Anyway, with him leading the same thing, my plan should have stayed the same. I also forgot my notes, which had on them that Venonat couldn't live Roaring Moon Acrobatics without Terra. I tweaked the EV spread to live Life Orb boosted Heatran Heatwave. The taunt was fairly obvious. If I Terra Water, Rage Powder, and Ice Fang the Roaring Moon, I already know it's bulky, so I need to get damage on it. The way the turn played out, Venonat took no damage, but is taunted. I can now, expecting the knockoff into Bruxish, which is a one-shot, and an Acrobatics into Venonat, switching Bruxish into Tusk sacrifices the Scarf, which isn't great. Switching Venonat into Tusk means Tusk takes about 80%, which is also not great. Bringing out Ninetales in the Bruxish slot and going for Leech Life onto the Roaring Moon is probably the safer play. Venonat takes about 60% and gets 5% of his HP back, but lives to see another day, and we get Bruxish out of there while still keeping Tusk safe. Battle then plays out entirely differently from there, but we need to get rid of Roaring Moon to be able to redirect and keep Bruxish safe. I'll honestly probably lose this game anyway. There's nothing the combo of 4 that I brought can really do into Zapdos Moon lead without losing too many resources. Game 2, I made 2 massive mistakes on turn 1. I should have faked out and Moon Blasted Roaring Moon. Once again, the taunt was obvious, so stopping it for 1 turn while getting some damage down on it was absolutely the play. I was expecting a knockoff, but with the fake out pressure, the protect on Zapdos should have been what I was expecting. I do not understand the terror. I guess I forgot that knockoff is neutral because it's very psychic. So I was trying to get around the super effective hit, but that terror essentially cost me the game. With Sableye not being taunted and Guardy having taken no damage, turn 2, having seen the lack of damage with the extra bulk on Moon, the play would have been to accept the taunt on Sableye, trick the ball onto Zapdos, and hope for the 87% chance to OHKO with a Moonblast. Even if it doesn't KO, Brave Bird does about half the Guardy, and it probably dies to the recoil. That turn 1 delay on the taunt allows me to get rid of an absolutely massive threat. I still need to switch out Sableye, but I can protect and switch on turn 3, giving myself a much better chance of forcing the game 3. From there, the game is still, I don't think, quite in my favour, but we have a far better chance because we still got Terra for Tusk. Main threat to Bruxish with that knockoff is gone. Sableye isn't taunted. Guardy is still at around 50% HP, though because of that Flying Terror on Roaring Moon is not as much of a threat as it probably would have been. But we saw the Sylveon. Depending on what his 4th is, I'm guessing it's probably Heatran. We have got chances to take this to a 3-game set. The matchup really highlighted the weaknesses in my draft strategy. My entire squad was weak to flying, with very little way to hit flying types naturally. The theory of using Sableye for speed control was okay. It was fun and interesting, but I think Trick Room on Gardevoir would have helped more than Calm Mind. Calm Mind Leftovers set was a great idea. Without speed control, it was always going to be tough to pull off. Massive congrats to Otter. Absolutely outbuilt me, outplayed me, and thoroughly deserved victory. The semi-finals match is now going to be really tough for me to call because it's got the 2 people that have helped me out so much this season playing against each other. So I'm going to have to stay neutral on this one, I think. With that, Woobats season is over, and I'm feeling a little bit emotional about it. It was always going to be a tough matchup versus Otter. To be honest, it was going to be a tough matchup no matter who we played. It just feels really bad to go out to me not being able to keep a cool head when everything was going to shit around me. But on to season 3. We will be back. Bigger, badder, stronger than ever. This season isn't quite over though. Content wise, we'll have a season review video, and we'll still be doing the weekly vids for the rest of the playoffs. And probably we have a live stream for the finals again. So just because the Woobats are out doesn't mean that the coverage of the RDL is going to stop. So I will see you all in the next one.